So you blind yourself. So this is why it's important to adopt the Buddha's point of view of looking at the mind as a bundle of actions. It's not a thing. It's just lots of different actions in here, lots of different strategies. And some of them keep the mind obscured, darkened from what it could be. And when the Buddha points this out to us, it's not because he wants to criticize us, in the sense of the Buddha being disgusted at our defilements, is because he learned how to be disgusted with his own. Having a very strong sense of how long he'd been under their power and given in to them, identified himself with them, and then realizing all the damage that was done. So he'd had enough. And that word nibida, which we translate as disenchantment, can also mean disgust. You've been feeding on these things for who knows how long, and you've realized it's been just causing a lot of damage. You thought you were getting good nourishment, but that was not the case. And so in his compassion he sees other people suffering from the same misunderstandings. And so when he points it out to us that these are defilements, these do obscure what we could actually see in the mind, if we want to let ourselves let go of them, create better strategies, better habits in the mind. So we don't have to depend on the old clumsy ones. We can establish better tools, so we can throw away the old shoddy tools. This is an important step in the practice, and an important understanding. And it really does help to see our defilements as defilements. They really do defile the mind. And as I said, though, it's not like they put a permanent stain on the mind. The Buddha's images of clouds in front of the sun, they darken it. But the clouds don't have to be there. And when they do leave, they don't leave a stain on the sun. And so it's because the Buddha wanted us to see the brightness that is possible when the mind is cleaned of these defilements, cleansed of these defilements. That was his compassion. So learn how to see these things in this way. Look at aspects of what you may think of as yourself, your identity, the beliefs, and other things you picked up from your environment. And you may have an attachment to them or a sentimental attachment, nostalgia. But you have to realize that they do a lot of harm in the mind. And it's only when you recognize that fact that you can be free from them, free from that harm. And the fact that some of the defilements are ones that you identify with more than others, that you really hold on tight, that doesn't mean that they really are genuinely yours. It's simply that their habits are more deeply entrenched. They're going to take a longer time to dig up. But the first step is learning how to see them as a problem. That you really would be better off without them.